Man, what's happening, everybody? And of course, it's your man, GMO, aka Non GMO, and I'm joined by.
The Blue Phoenix.
And of course, without any further BS that we could
No.
obviously pull, it is.
Both sides of the coin, baby.
So, what is going on, Miss Phoenix?
Double X. Don't need a triple. Um, I'm doing good. It's been a little wild week, but it's cool. Siblings and their issues, and guess what? I don't give a fuck. Anywho,
So, you know what? So, let's go into something funny about this week. Instead of focusing on the
I'm not.
BS, let's
I was
focus
about
on
to
the
tell y'all
funny
about the
BS.
funny stuff, the funny BS. I was ready going to it.
Yeah,
I
let's
went
go.
to the
Let's get it.
zoo with my 6-year-old yesterday, and that was something. Um, the students there are hilarious. They were trying to tell the teachers that they are going to stay at the zoo. They want to go in there with the pandas because they are so cute, and it was really nice. We saw elephants, we saw a red panda, saw three regular black and white pandas.
Mm,
What else? We saw a lot of animals. It was really nice. It was really nice yesterday, so that was cool.
that's dope. That's dope. I work in the depths of hell, right? So I service the water meters for like the zoo, these
Yeah,
beautiful places that people, and then when you find like baby snakes and
that's
reptiles
supposed
and
to be above in the in the little thingies, but they are
yeah,
under with you.
but they attract other animals. You know what I mean? Um, the zoo has taken me places where I never wanted to go. I've seen too much. I've seen too much. I've worked behind the scenes to keep the water on for all the animals in there. You know
Would you like to
this.
elaborate on what you've seen?
So listen. This has nothing to do with my job, right? But I remember
Okay.
I took my son. I took my son at the time, right? My oldest, and he he
Hey,
walked in.
Angel.
We went into the gorilla uh terrarium or atrium, whatever. What is the name? The proper name for that? Atrium or terrarium, something like that. No,
It's not.
terrariums are
It's not
usually for
terrarium.
reptiles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's usually for reptiles and yeah, all that good stuff. Um, went into that joint. What's up,
Hey,
Zena?
Tina.
Went into that joint, and there's a bunch of Japanese businessmen, right? And a bunch of Japanese women. Now, if y'all don't know
Hey,
anything
quick.
about what's happening, quick, if y'all don't know anything about Asian culture, they were the first ones for the selfie. Okay. They take lots, and I mean
They
lots
do.
of
They
pictures.
do. They do.
Now, back then, the actual flash on the camera was very lackluster, right? So they still had real cameras. Now, I had a father that was a photographer like that, right? Shout outs to him, man. 5148, man, RIP. You know what I'm saying? To my pops. Um, he he used to be irritated with the flashes, right? But the gorilla was sitting there, right? And so me and my son are walking in, right? We're walking in. This has to be about 4 years ago. No, more than that.
Yeah, because
My
it's
son's
22
11.
now.
My son's 11. So, I say about 6 years ago, right? So 6 years ago, I take him out there as a baby boy. And as they're flashing, it's a crowd of them. They're little people. There's a crowd of them. The goddamn silverback looks past them and locks eyes with me and is so frustrated. He looked at me like, bruh, for real? This how we doing? This how we going? And he leans over. He has his back against the glass, but he peers over his shoulder, his left shoulder. I remember this vividly. And then he slouches over and leans because he's so irritated by the flashing lights. You dig? Like the zoo is a safe space for me because I'm so into animals. That's all I really listen to, look at is all types of documentaries on animals and everything. I recently looked up the sounds and the eyesights of most animals, right? What's up, Star?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. And I got an insight on how animals work. And so dogs will do this. They'll twist left and right. Right? So you'll see a dog do that, right? You think that they're really trying to understand, but they're orienting where the sounds are coming from, but they listen to us like my voice, but in slow motion. So it's like, so all dogs or animals with like huge ears, they listen in slower motions. Even their eyesights are in slower motion than us. That's why they're able to dodge. That's why flies move quicker. They don't live long, but they work in such a small frame, right, of time that they can see your hand doing this. And it looks literally like this to them, but you think you moving lightning fast. You know what I mean? The hearing and the smell. So it was a documentary on YouTube that I peeped. I have to show that reference.
That's cool. Yeah. That's really cool. It's so funny because you always talk about the animal documentary. So I've been watching for a few months. And so now I'm telling I had the kids, I'm telling the kids stuff, and then we were at the zoo and I'm talking to this lady because it was bison there. They have bison there now. And so the lady said, I said, you should really show the children. Go on Netflix. Netflix has a lot of documentaries. I'm like, oh God, I sound like Mo.
Yeah.
But but because she was like, I don't know. It was one of the young ladies that was there. She was like, I don't know if she's gonna be interested. I said they have it with the baby animals. If you go and let the kids watch the baby animals, they'll get interested in watching the animals.
Yeah,
so, it's pretty cool.
It's an actual dope documentary that I've been looking at for the past week. It's called Baby Animals.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Yeah. That's what I've been looking at every day at work. When I get a break, I look at it for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Always wanted to be a veterinarian. That's one of my deepest, darkest, like past secrets that I wanted to do, but I don't think it takes schooling to be a veterinarian. I think it really, honestly, just takes, just being involved in nature
and
everything.
You can still do it if you want.
Nah, not no 210 grand and 8 years worth of schooling just to give a goddamn nigga, give a bear enema. I don't even want to deal with bears because they already have it solved. So let's talk about this, right? We never really get into animals or anything spiritual like that on that level. You know what I mean? Shout out to Kendra, yeah. But nobody ever talks about the fact that how in the hell did everybody else learn how to operate on animals, right? I'm pretty sure just like
they learn how to operate on us by operating on animals for the most part.
The crazy part about it is, but the crazy part about it is that it just took a curious soul, right? So nowadays with all the plethoras of information that we have as far as animals, surgeries and things like that, we could damn near work on each other. If there was ever to be a zombie apocalypse, give me a scalpel, some sutures, cauterizer, I got you. I swear for God.
I actually know how to do all that stuff.
You do?
Of course.
What? Hey, let's go.
I went to school for medical assistant and phlebotomy. Yeah.
Let's go.
Plus, I know how to hand stitch really good. So yeah, y'all gonna be good.
Really?
My grandmother used to make quilts, of course. Like,
well, a quilt is not my ass. Okay, a quilt is not my armpit.
It's sort of the basic. Go a little deeper, more gentle. Need a thicker stitch.
So I thought I'd get into that just to lighten the load because for some reason I don't know what's going on. All my spiritual homies,
I will stitch nipples if need be. You need a special stitch. I need like a really, really close range and no jumping. Okay, want everything to line up properly.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, I thought I'd get into that because that was something that crossed my mind. That was something different when you mentioned the zoo. Because every time I go there, I'm very observant. I'm observant of humans too. Like I just love watching. I love seeing. I love the voyeurism. I am a voyeur by nature. If anybody doesn't know that, I love watching you. I love watching success. I love trying to figure out how, when, and where did the epiphany happen, and or so yeah, that's just one of my things. I always listen to birds. They give warnings. They
Yeah.
talk shit about me every time I come around. The crows always talk shit about me every time I come around. If they know I got food, they talk that shit, and I hear their pitches and everything. So that's my next animal. I gotta get a goddamn bird. Yeah, I
That's
need a
funny because
bird.
you watch and I listen. I listen more. So
Yeah,
I can always hear things that are like really far away and people can't hear them. And I'm like, if you shut up and listen, you can hear it. So yeah, that's cool.
yeah, yeah. So before we get started and we go into our main thing, you know what I'm saying, our main subjects, what is it that you get from nature that makes you a better human being?
That is a good question. What do I get from nature that makes me a better human being?
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, we could say like the river. Um, you know how the river, it moves and you don't think it's dangerous, but it is. But also a river can break things down, but it takes time to do it. So that shows me patience, you know.
Okay.
Um, the trees and also the seasons too. The seasons are really good. People use the trees for an example, how we like to hold on to things. But in the fall, the leaves drop off. But then in the spring they come back. So it's like not having that fear of letting go. Because anything that you need, you'll get it back. It'll come back. Um, bees, they're not supposed to fly technically, but they do. And so, watching bees and knowing they're not supposed to fly, their big bodies and little teeny tiny wings, just shows that you can do anything. No holds barred. People can't tell you what you. There's a lot of things in nature depending on what you look
Mm.
at.
Mm. The crazy thing about nature that I get, and the reason why I go to sleep to it every night, every night, I try to turn on something that I've already seen or something that's new, right? The thing that I get out of nature is that it is survival of the fittest, and that you are lucky to still be here.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything about nature shows, and I remember, we talked about this in private, but the pine trees. When you look at mountainous areas and you look at pine trees amongst all the other regular green leafy trees that only sprout during the summer months, the spring months, right? Evergreens are pine trees. Pine trees are evergreens, right? Excuse me. But if you observe nature and you look at the pine trees in mountainous areas, they let go of their limbs. And they will only grow in certain ways. Like they'll grow up left, upright in order to have the minimal sun that they need because they don't have a wide solar panel, aka a leaf, you know what I mean, for chlorophyll. And so they'll drop all the extra weight and grow taller and use that energy to be above and beyond everybody the hell else that only sprouts for what, 4 or 5 months out of the year, and they have 6 months of themselves to worry about. Pine cones, everything, they just drop their seeds everywhere, so that's one thing that I always observed about a lot of not a lot of people, but a lot of beings amongst nature, is that they let go of the extras, the extra weight, the extra baggage, and they survive and they just keep moving, They're not holding on to what they can't do below the
Right.
sunlight, So yeah, that's one of my motivational things that I try to listen to every morning. Very hard and few and far in between. For regular human beings. We got to post Kendra's join. I love how all these creatures could have been anything or even a person, and they are a bird, a spider, a monkey. That is so beautiful and should be treated equally as people. That's why people treat pets like people. Can't judge creatures. They didn't choose that life form. I love that. Yeah. Now, you know what? We haven't even got. Listen, you know what? Let's get into that.
Kendra.
Let's do this. You know what? Because Kendra, you just ignited something, and I really appreciate that. I want everybody to actually post what animal that they would want to come back to be, because I feel like there are certain animals, and we usually identify with dogs, cats, things like that, most mammals, right? But if you had to come back as anything postpartum, posthumous,
more,
what would you prefer to come back as?
Are you asking me? Because I think we've had this conversation several times.
Let's go.
I want to come back as a sea turtle, a lion. I keep telling y'all that I really want to know what's down there. And of course, sea turtles have the hardest beginnings, and they can be eaten on the sea. I mean, on the land and in the sea. But if they survive, they can live like 150 years, maybe more than that. I don't know, but I just find something very beautiful about turtles. I love turtles. I don't know. I just want to come back as a sea turtle.
God damn, Star, a megalodon? Jesus Christ. Now we got Quick. He's talking about being an eagle.
Then Rock wants a lion.
A lion. Or a tiger. It sounds like, you know what, and you know what's crazy about this is that
and she said a tarantula. Don't be putting what is it? I can't even think of CBD. Something Brenda Deborah.
Yeah.
Charlotte Brenda Deborah. That's her tarantula's name.
I honestly appreciate, and this is the one thing that I don't do unless it's amongst, like at the foot of my bed or something like that. I don't kill spiders. I don't kill them. I don't kill what do they call house centipedes, the ones with the crooked legs, but they got millipede type, centipede type legs. I have studied so many insects, and I've studied so many of the reasons why they're in your house. And every time they're there, if I just let them go, I never see them again. That's true. They're there to hunt. If they figure out there's nothing here, they're out of your way. They get rid of cockroaches. They get rid of everything. True. They need to be introduced to most places. You know what I mean? To get rid of shit that we hate, the irritants, A
retarded tyrant. You know what? Go in the back. Go in the back right now. Go in the back now.
How do you? Hey, look. When you a tyrant, hey, look. Hold on, real quick. Let me see if I can do a retarded Tyrannosaurus Rex voice. Hold on, real quick. Let me see if I.
Oh my God.
Hello.
Oh my God. Did you do that? Say this. I got a big head and little arms, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I am so mad at the world. People think that I'm slow, but I'm not. I don't want to eat you. Who can do it with 2 forks? And they're two-pronged. Two-pronged forks.
Hey, Gina, you see what you walked in on?
I have chopsticks for fingers. No, I don't want to eat you. I just can't scratch my ass.
You're ignorant. You were so freaking ignorant. Look,
if you could not. Thank you. Go ahead. Please say it. Go ahead. Continue.
You ain't saying shit.
No, if you can't scratch your own ass, you do not deserve to be alive. Because I'm telling you, that will make me angry as shit. There's some goddamn dinosaur with little legs and little arms could not scratch their ass, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex is the main goddamn the main
he
example.
Couldn't even
of
use
that.
his forehead. He couldn't do nothing. According to these,
He all head.
All he could do is eat.
That's how I'm built. But I got arms, so I'm lucky on that one. I can wipe my ass. Yeah, because I couldn't imagine waking up not being able to scratch or wipe my ass. Just think. There are no bidets for dinosaurs. They need bidets.
That's a river.
And them big ass flies that they had on their ass, it was giant everything back then. Giant everything. Giant crickets.
One bite from a mosquito, you dead.
Man, I'd be pissed. I'd be slapping the shit out of people with my foot
The whole
every day.
whole arm gone. That's why their arm was little, problem. Mosquitoes eating their ass up.
They get itchy bum syndrome.
That's why they were so mad all the time.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. It's something crazy going on. But what do we have? Because you sent me a couple things in the feed.
A good amount of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get on something that's not kind of serious because we had some serious stuff. We talked about polygamy.
Mm-hmm.
That was like our first official no filter show.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a polyamorous family out in Oregon, of course. Of course. I have a question for you.
I'm listening.
Would you be okay with not knowing if the child is yours if you were in a polygamous relationship?
Listen. Let me say this right now. Yes.
What?
As long as child support doesn't know it's mine, goddamn it, because they got DNA testing.
Hold on. He said, what quick say? T-Rexes actually had feathers. What? They were bird reptiles? What?
Well, you know what? And crazy enough, we're going to get back on. You know what? Let me go ahead and finish this real quick. Birds and reptiles and birds of prey, they usually have scales, right? At the bottom of their feet, right?
That's true.
I had an argument that fish aren't reptiles, even though they're underwater, because they don't have, they don't breathe air. They breathe oxygen through gills. So that is technically the only difference. But anything that has scales are interrelated. It's just like me and you being light skinned. We're interrelated. Yeah. Same shit. But the question was, right? Would I be able to handle the fact that I did not know
if
that was my child?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. I'm not sure.
Well, let me tell you why I asked you this question. The couples, Sean and Taya Hartless, and then Tyler and Alyssa Rogers, they met online 3 years ago. And after a year of talking and all this stuff, they fell in love and decided to move in together in Oregon. This happened in 2019. The couples, 3 of them work. So Alyssa, Tyler and Sean work, and Tay is a stay-at-home mom. So they both couples each had a child apiece already before they got together. Mm-hmm. Then they moved in together and started raising the children together as a family. So the children have 2 dads, 2 moms. Well, they all decided they wanted more children, and so then they decided that they wanted more children together. So Taya and Alyssa started sleeping with Sean and Tyler, both of them sleeping with each other's husbands, and Alyssa got pregnant first. Don't know who the daddy is.
Right.
And then a little while later, Taya got pregnant. And Sean and Tyler said they are absolutely fine with not knowing which one of them are the father. They're going to raise them together as 2 dads and 2 moms.
First and foremost, if they don't, and I've seen the pictures, they don't look just the hell alike. Okay. So, yeah. You're going to know who the hell kid, because I think one is a ginger, one is a brunette, right? You're going to know exactly who that baby is, right? And where they come from, right? Now, we have to talk about the aspect of sharing or exchanging of, sex through, each other. you as a woman, would you be able to handle the fact that you're sleeping with two of your favorite guys? Like you fall in love with them, you can handle both of them. You want to have babies. You don't want anybody to know.
I wouldn't. I don't think I could have a baby with the other person. It would probably just be with my husband. I wouldn't be okay with doing that.
Okay.
I don't even know if I would be okay with the sex part of it. I'm not sure.
But you have to think about this. Now you have to lock in because the story dictates that both of them were attracted to each other's
Yeah,
man.
I know. Yeah, and the women.
Okay.
Both of them, they all fell in love. Yeah, so that's why I said if in that situation, okay, I get that. So yeah, but I don't think I would be able to get impregnated with the other person's get impregnated by him.
But you would be able to have exchange sex. You would be able to have sex with both of them at random times. Because you know that road dog got to come.
Yeah. Yeah, they got to come.
Got to shoot the whole goddamn club up.
Yeah, and if you're doing that, you never know what happens. I mean, just if I remove myself from this, that happened. That would possibly happen. You just don't know. So of course, if you all are moving in together and you all love each other, and both the spouses are okay with it, then that's how it's going to go. But,
right.
Yeah.
So from what I got from the gist of the story is that the women were the ones that actually decided to go ahead with this plan.
With the relationship or the pregnancy?
Yes, with all of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess so. But then the men came and they agreed. And
No.
No, actually, it said that they all met online. The relationship was online.
Okay.
And they all fell in love with each other and decided to move in with each other after a year. So.
Okay. So we always go in depth on this, and I mean, it's almost like kicking a horse in the asshole when it's already deceased after it's embalmed, kind of like how Vivica Fox did my man Kevin Samuels.
Vivica, oh my gosh,
that whore. But anyway, right?
Yeah.
We never go into detail about how women choose more than men do, even though we're outnumbered. Men are outnumbered 14-1, right? But women still run the helm of how households are going to be ran, right? So when I listened and I heard about this story, I did my research. There's only 3 of them that work, right? So you have the 2 husbands that work.
Mom. Yeah, okay. And Alyssa.
Right.
And she works in economic development. Tyler is an electrician, and Sean works in high school. So Taya is a stay-at-home mom for all 4 of the children.
Now, you as a lady, as a woman, most women that are listening to this, which all of you are, not most, but all. What emotional capacity do you think that a woman has to have in order to be able to sleep with 2 different men and let their man sleep with another woman? Is that even?
You really have to be mature, and that takes a lot of communication, because jealousy is going to come up in some way. It doesn't matter how much you love this other person, how close you guys are. Somebody's going to get jealous about something, because they're going to feel like you might be giving more attention to that person and you don't give it to me, or so communication, honest communication must be there.
Right.
As far as children, I think for the most part, because some women can be terrible with other people's children. For the most part, I think that part may be easy, especially if you look at them as your children. So if you're raising them all as your children, I think it'd be a lot easier. I'm one of those people who, if I love you, I love your kids. Point blank. They're my kids. They're our kids. So that wouldn't be hard for me. But some people, as you've seen online, have mistreated other people's children. So yeah, reassurance is a big thing.
Okay, so let's go into depth on reassurance. What is that about when it comes to women? What is reassurance for women? Explain that, Kendra. If you can go into detail, and if you can go into detail.
And I think it's kind of the same for men and women. So you have to, especially with your original person. So in this situation, they both were married. Both couples were married already. They both had their own child already, and they came in together. You're spending time with these other couples, but you still have to let your, I guess, first spouse know that it's still us. Though
Mm,
it's a group of us, it's still you and I still love you. You know, I don't love this person more than I love you, though we all love each other. It's like
mm,
kind of the way you would have to be in a relationship anyway. Because
mm,
at times you may have a fallout, or you might not talk, or you just have issues or whatever. You still have to let this person know that I love you. I still, feel this way, or you just can't go on like nothing's going on, because
mm.
something feelings will get aroused, or some type of grudge can be held against each other if you just don't assure this person that it's still us. If you don't communicate, if you don't let this person know how you feel and listen too, because some people can't accept what they're being told. Because it could just be, if it like, okay, I say all the time, your feelings are valid, but they may not be accurate. You can feel a certain way about a situation because of how you heard it or what you saw, but that's how you felt in that moment. But that does not mean that what you saw or what you heard is true until you explain it or you tell this person about it, and then it's corrected. What she say?
Mm, mm,
Secure your partner's insecurities / worries. Let them know they matter and the love is there.
mm. Now, with that being said, secure your partner's insecurities and worries. After that is done, right? I think that, okay, so Kendra, I need you to go more in depth about, is that from the female perspective to a man, or is that how a man is supposed to act towards multiple women that he wants to court? We have to know the dynamic of it, because regardless of how it comes off, men naturally can handle, and God damn it, you know what? I'm gonna hold that off. I'm gonna take that back.
Because I think you guys would need more reassurance than we would in some sort of, when it comes sexually.
No, but it would only be a sexual thing.
That's
It
what I'm saying.
wouldn't be.
Sexually,
It wouldn't
the
be
other
about.
side of it would be us. So the sexual part of it, I think, would be you guys, but the emotional connection part will mainly be us.
Because I'm not gonna sit back and act like, because men always play their role. There's always been side niggas, and now it's all side chicks because we're outnumbered. It's a lot of side chicks between different communities and alphabets and everything else. Women are starting to realize, like, the last of the dying breed, we're dying off. You know what I mean? She said everyone has to have an open line of communication, all parties. Everyone has to be comfortable mentally, emotionally in the relationship, which is dope. Now, usually I find that women are able to handle one man.
Yeah, his ass crazy alphabet.
Multiple women can handle one man. I've never seen women handle multiple men. And now, y'all can do that on the side, but no woman has ever been open enough to have multiple men know of each other, because it's a
very rare. It's very
biggest
rare.
Johnson contest. It's
very rare. Like I've seen
alpha males are gonna they're gonna kill each other. We're gonna kill each other.
There's one lady that was married to two men. It's very rare.
When you say was, is she still married to him?
No, she is. I'm sorry. It was like a couple years ago that I saw this post.
Are those alpha males?
I don't know.
Are they? No, because if you're gonna, she said it's taboo. If they are alpha males, remember the analogy. Remember everything that I told everybody. Men walk past each other and we want to kill one another. It ain't until we reach that brotherhood state.
They're right. They may be. You have to have that bond, just like with women, in order for a woman to get into a polygamous relationship or with one man or two or whatever. The women have to actually like each other. The women have to actually be able to bond and connect with each other. If you don't, it's going to be a problem.
Oh, that's big facts. That's
So
big facts.
that's how it would have to be with the men, because like one woman and two men, yeah, that might be it. That's gonna be
Nigga,
that's
will
gonna
you
be
stop motherfucking jerking off, cuz? You leaving shit everywhere, bruh. Like, I'm gonna fuck cuz up, yeah. Like, I don't even like his voice.
Anything
Like,
you
cuz,
right?
like, yeah, nah, I ain't even with it, yeah.
I
ain't
don't even
even
know
with
if you
it.
guys would be able to sleep in the same room. Like y'all would probably have to have your
Sleep in
own
the same
room.
room?
Like with her
Hell
in the middle,
nah.
that's not gonna work.
Nigga, we ain't
So,
sandwiching no pussy. The fuck? Our dicks might touch. No, hell no. We both in there interjecting in between two legs. Nah, I ain't tapping dick heads with no man. No, the hell with that. Ain't no, we got our designated nights to be spooning. Yeah, you hear me? Fuck you mean? Shit. Accidentally tap balls. Nah, hell nah.
how do you know what?
Cause you
Y'all
ain't a
real
man.
close.
See?
Y'all
See?
real close.
You don't even think about shit like
no,
that.
that's not what I'm saying. I said y'all gonna be real close if you actually tap ball.
No. Women,
Somebody better
babe.
sleep on the couch.
Yeah, whole T. Whole fucking T, yeah. I got an erection, he got an erection. He facing in, I'm facing behind you. We scissoring.
Oh,
Nah, you gotta be a freaky type of dude to even think about that type of like situation.
oh, but you know what? You
I
never
ain't
know.
touching
You
balls.
never know.
I
That
ain't
may
touching
be
balls.
that may be the situation. And I got to look it up because I saw this a couple years ago. Where in a country over, I think in Asia, where the women do marry two men, and she has children with both the men.
But they got little wee wees. We ain't worried about them. They ain't got no risk of touching balls and none of that. They little guys. You know it's facts. You want to look up the average penis size of an Asian man? Don't
They're
make me
not,
go there.
but they're not like they're more like Malou Thompson.
They don't have black men struggles.
I am sick of you.
The reason why y'all got yeast infections is because your man dick touched the side of the toilet bowl. Do you know what we go through when we pee? Yeah, it don't look that exciting. Yeah, when we just getting out of fresh cold bed, yeah, it shrink a little bit. But when we sit down on that toilet, it extends. And it touches the side of the toilet bowl.
It is stirring toilet water.
And we go right back up in you.
Oh my God.
And then you got a yeast infection. That's why men, we gotta wash our balls and our dick after we use the bathroom.
I'm gonna fight you. When I see your ass, oh my God.
Real shit.
My mind turning. Oh,
But you know what? But you know what? Nah, the hell with Kendra, because women, and the first thing that I need to tell y'all too, is that you cannot do toilet flushes while y'all are sitting down on that bathroom. There are no such thing as courtesy flushes. Men cannot do it. Women should not do it. Wait till you finish. You're just going to have to deal with the stench. Because the minute that you flush that toilet, it's an aerosol.
Yeah, it goes
and it's
up,
whipping bacteria on everything on your genitalia. So sometimes it's not just the man, but it just could be that goddamn
well, I'm gonna beat him, Zane.
Nah. But go ahead.
Nah, the way these kids be smelling, they got to flush. Hell no.
Nah, they just gotta stink. Don't you tell them to flush. You need to start feeding them the shit they eating.
I don't always feed them the shit they eat.
Leave them broke. Leave them broke. What the hell they eating?
Junk, hood shit.
Gotta be the sunflower season, hot sausages.
Hot sauce. You know it.
Oh,
you know it. Ice cream truck ready.
That is the worst invention ever. And how the hell did that spread so quick? Because I remember my daughter, she was 16. She's 20 going on 1 now, and she was doing that when she was 16. That is scary to me.
I can't believe it, because when I was younger, I don't remember. The only thing you either ate the pickled egg. I mean, you ate that stuff separate. I don't know who told them to combine it.
It's all pickled. It's all pickled.
It is, but I never have combined it.
Because these little kids be dealing with these weed heads. These little weed heads be teaching them stuff. You heard me?
True.
Yeah. The hell with that. And nothing against all the weed heads, but nigga, we know When you get too
You
high,
always get the
you do
mixture
some
of stuff.
crazy.
Yep. That's true.
You know
That's
what?
when you need to make the best meals.
Hey, look. Hold on. I'm a weed here right now.
Real quick.
Oh my God.
Hey, bro, look at me. Look at me in my eyes. I really want to taste the camel toe.
Oh my God.
I really want to taste a camel toe. Like, that's how high some people I know be. Like, oh, you know what? I wonder what a camel toe really tastes like. Let's get it in. Camel toe. Yeah. It's all good.
You make me sick.
Okay, so let's get back on topic, because we went way the fuck off. We veered left. But so as a man, the things that I'm thinking about in this situation is, do me and him get along? Because women have to get along. So the women already have to be in love. And judging by how old girl was talking, she works. So that 9 times out of 10, she's the bisexual one. She's probably the one that can maintain. She can maintain both men, but she likes her. She loves her. You know what I mean? The two dudes, they already in the article, they actually said that they go through hardships. They go through these struggles, you know what I'm saying, with attention and things like that. I know people personally that go through these same battles within a relationship, but it's usually one alpha male, two alpha females, you know what I mean? No submissives. So she said just eat some. But for men, a very difficult task to know for a fact. Now, we can deal with the fact that we don't know, but to know, different. Story.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't see that will really affect you guys mentally and definitely your ego, because it's like, how do you deal with knowing that your woman is actually sleeping with another man and enjoying it? What would run through your mind? Could you deal with that?
I think that us as men, we are always in denial of of a woman that we care about sleeping with another man.
Yeah, but this in your face, you know this. Could you deal with?
No, you know that she's into him emotionally, because women are more emotionally involved in men than men are emotionally involved in women. And so that's the reason why a lot of these polyamorous relationships end quickly, because men we think that we can do this. You know what I mean? We think that we can handle shit like this. But women eventually become emotionally involved with men. Y'all have sexual relations on a deeper level than we do. Way deeper. We lock into one woman and can possibly sleep with multiple women and never have one emotional attachment. Possibly. I'm not saying in every situation. Do not kill me. Do not spear me down. I'm not a tuna. No,
but it's true. It's true.
It's very much so. And we went over this, I think, last week. Shit. We talked about the emotional attachments that women have to men that they have to trust.
Yeah.
A man, first and foremost, to let them enter them.
Sleep up. Right.
There you go. And so, but men don't get entered. We give. So it's a lot less pressure with us. You know what I'm saying? Strap up, throw down. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to go home and I'm going to make love to the woman I love. It's kind of weird. And I know that we don't like to talk about this shit. But do women understand that men function in this weird testosterone?
We don't understand that unless you can sit down and have these type of conversations. But we don't understand that. How can you, because in our mind, how can you do that and you say you love me? And because we are more emotionally, we connect different, we can't understand that. Now, that does not say that every man does that. they may have done it before, and women do it too. But like you said, it's usually a connection with it. But it's harder to accept that because in our mind, like, well, fuck, he said he said this and he said that. Well, yeah, I do. But if you did, you wouldn't have done it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't understand that process,
Okay. So let's go through the female's mind state, right? So all the ladies that's in the feed right now, I want y'all to please rebuttal quickly and give us your all the smoke, right? Because I'm representing for the average male, the young male, the one that are in their 20s, that are indecisive, that really do need a chance. They really do need to explore. In all honesty, for a man to settle down, he needs to explore, right? But okay, let's wrap our minds around the thought process of a woman when they think about men and getting some strange. What is the first emotion that hits you for the man that you love getting somebody or hitting a woman outside of the relationship?
Usually it's that we didn't do something right, or that we're not doing something we're supposed to do, or we're lacking in something that we're not giving to you. That's usually the automatic. Either I'm doing something wrong, or I'm not giving I'm not giving him what he needs, or something like that. That's usually automatically the first thing.
Now we got to post Kendra's post real quick because she's responding rapidly.
We can understand but not accept it, because soul exchanges / energy transfers are a thing. Yes, they are. Men don't understand that a nut is simply a nut, is simply that. But you bring that back to us because we are the receivers. And also, even though you're not entered, you carry on, that you connect to that spirit of the other person you're with. So a lot of times, if you're a promiscuous male, well, I don't even know if I'm gonna say promiscuous because that's kind of what's titled on us. But if you're out sleeping with multiple women, each woman that you sleep with, you carry that other woman to her. And if you have a woman that you're with and you sleep with somebody else, you bring that back to her. So if you notice she's doing things that she wouldn't normally do, or she's acting weird, it's because she has taken on those personality traits of the person that you done slept with, and you have too. That is very serious. And then we can't figure out, on top of the physical things that happens, because sometimes we have changes within our vagina. It may not be a yeast infection, but it's just a change because now you've connected this woman's stuff to my stuff or her stuff or whatever, and our body doesn't adapt. And we have changes, different smells or different discharge, and it may not even be an infection. So it's just different things that occur with you sleeping with multiple people, especially when they don't know. So.
Okay. Now, let's go into the mind of a man. Okay. We don't get none of that shit. The women that are on this very timeline, the woman that you are, the ladies that y'all are, the hoes that you may have been at one point in time or another, the trick that you may be. Men don't get that exchange because we are externally, we don't absorb shit. Okay? We absorb feelings and emotions more so than skin on skin. That is a man. So we may look at a female as ripe fruit. Okay? We are hunters, providers. We look at women as ripe fruit. Thighs might be ripe, beautiful bosoms, face anatomically correct. It attracts us, right? We want to take a bite out of the apple, right? We just only living what our foremother did, Eve. We only trying to be like her, right?
Want to be like mama, huh?
Hey, look, male pattern baldness comes from women. It doesn't come from men. Ain't that crazy?
Hair.
Ain't that crazy? But
Yeah,
everything
it's true.
stems
It's
from
true.
the woman, right? Alopecia, as that bitch ass Jada Pinkett. Yeah.
Focus. Stay focused.
Yeah, fuck. Oh, okay. All right. Let me snap back. Okay. Well, when it comes to men, 9 times out of 20 and 20 out of 20, fuck it, 100 out of 100%. It's usually an ego-driven testosterone thing. And it takes for a special breed of females in order for us to be able to handle multiple females. If not, we in it for the money. That's a pimp. You hear me? Like, men can handle stables. It's too easy. But it has to be at a cost or a premium. You know what I mean? Because women cost. All y'all niggas want to do is eat. Excuse me. All y'all want to do is go out, eat, be seen.
First of all,
Oh man, one woman is enough for most men. It's just that.
First of all,
It's not enough. We don't have enough resources unless we are filthy fucking rich. And even the filthy rich get
I'm
caught
gonna
up.
say even
which is
they
weird.
don't even have the time to do all that. They go on to pay for what they want and go back home.
Yeah.
Too much to maintain sometimes.
Mhm.
Put up Kendra's. She says men do get the exchange. Bad luck, bad days. Good luck, good days could be a simple result of getting some coochie, and it improves your day/mood and makes it bad. Small shit like that plays into energy transfers. You do transfer energy. That's what I said
No.
earlier. And you bring, yes, you do, and you bring it back to us. Yes, you do.
Not with a goddamn sock over your dick. Only time we get exchange of energy is when we put our energy into you. You don't
Right, but
you
a
don't
lot of
inject
people,
us
a
with
lot of
anything.
people, I didn't say nothing. What are you, a turkey?
The dick feels smooth.
Are you
It
a
feels smooth.
turkey?
Like y'all releasing that lotion. That shit. I have always
You
in
do
my
know that you
relationships
have
looked at my dick afterwards and been like, "Wow, this is so smooth. This is different." But y'all do not give us that energy. That's why men go to sleep.
Hold up.
That's why women go to
You
sleep.
pour
I mean, that's why
into
men
us.
go to sleep and
You
women
pour
stay the
into
fuck
us.
awake.
Listen,
You don't have a life force to give us. Women don't give us their life force.
you
The
go
only
into
thing a
our
man has
force.
is his
The
life
thing
force.
is, like the connection from the skin to the skin, that is a connection. And it doesn't matter how much you say, you do get the exchange. It's just not like ours because we receive. But if your skin, which has pores, are open, on top of your urethra being open, because you do know stuff goes up in there, don't you? Yeah, that's how you bring the shit back up. Okay. It happens. God damn it.
Let me tell you this. Let
Tell
me
me
say
it.
this shit. Let
What
me
you
say
got
this
to
shit.
say?
If I go to IHOP and I eat 5 stacks of pancakes with a lot of maple syrup, you're going to taste it.
Mhm.
You're going to feel it and all that energy. If I drink black coffee, extra caffeinated, straight out the monkey's ass. You hear me? What's that cat, that special cat that them special coffee beans that cost $1,000?
Oh,
And I drink that shit and I shoot that load. I
Oh.
shoot the whole club up. I'm
What-
doing multiple rounds.
Hold up. Let me tell you something. After you
I
finish
want to
shooting up the
die.
club.
You want to live. Fuck you,
Don't
man.
laugh at him, Zena. Do not laugh at him, Zena. First and foremost, put your mouth on it and see how much exchange you're gonna get. Okay. Go ahead and speak into it.
This is us.
You get muffled. I don't want to hear it.
You want me to make the faces?
Don't you dare.
You want me to make the faces?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ah, ah,
Not the dance.
ah, it's all teeth. Yeah. A little bit of laugh at the end too, because it's diabolical.
I would so smack you. Oh, ain't no way. Oh my gosh.
Yay. But I think that there's more of an exchange of life force amongst men giving. If that,
Yeah,
I mean,
because we are
in
the
a-
receivers.
in a condom, it doesn't
Mhm.
count because you're not exchanging the life force. The life force is trapped, it's killed right there with spermicides, everything like that. Once you start exchanging the life force, I think that women take on the personalities of men because there's a syringe of testosterone shooting.
Yeah, we
You know what I mean?
absorb you. we are the receiver.
Yeah. That's
Which
why
is why
y'all
it's
that's why
not
y'all had that
just
instinct. That's
with
why y'all had it.
multiple men, because you are receiving these different personalities from multiple men. Your ass went around here part crazy.
All right. So fuck all this.
Anywho,
How many women, throw up your ones, because we only got like 2 that's really responding. We got Zena, we got Kendra. Throw up your ones if you can handle multiple men raw and not know who the baby daddy is. Throw up a 1 for yes. Throw up a 2 for no.
I just can't.
It's 8:58, man. What else do we have, young? I found some crazy joints, but go ahead. What else?
What you find? I mean, we could talk about 2 Chainz and his tuition for his 3 children. What did you find?
No, let's go in. Let's go.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure. Rock, were you able to pull up the picture? Is that a trick question? Okay, so 2 Chainz, of course, has his children in private school, and his daughters, Heaven, Harmony, and Halo. Halo's in 1st grade, Harmony's in 5th, and Heaven's in 9th. Take a guess as to how much in total does he pay per year for their tuition?
I would guess. Let's see. The average college semester is probably about 35,000. So I'm guessing probably about that. If not 35.76 per child.
Okay, you're almost in about the good ballpark. So Halo in 1st grade, her tuition is $26,700. Harmony in the 5th grade, $38,680. And Heaven, who's in the 9th grade, her tuition is $31,150. And the total cost that 2 Chainz have to pay by June 15th is $96,530 for their tuition. Now, I didn't get to see how often this is. I'm not sure if it's for the school year or if it's for 6 months. I'm not sure. But that is how much he pays.
Education is bullshit. I don't give a fuck where they go. It only provides the opportunity to go to the next like bullshit school that's gonna rob you of all your fucking like. They're just gonna fucking indoctrinate you.
And it just depends too, because But my thing is, why was the 5th grade more than high school? What the heck? That's still elementary.
That shit is weird. I don't understand schooling. I was listening to my man Daylight. He's a battle rapper. My man Daylight was talking about that. And I am a college dropout. I've been to college twice, right?
Yeah, me too.
One of the most dumbest mistakes I've ever made was go to college.
Ooh.
There is nothing about college that ever has paid off. Secular schools are bullshit. Let alone you are sitting up there paying for a school, a elementary school. You can kill that. You can kill thinking about paying for elementary school. I don't even believe in kids going to college unless they can afford it. For real. It's a waste of money. They might throw it all away. They're still trying to figure themselves out. I think that it should be free and it should be experimental.
It should be free, honestly. It should be free.
What my whole dynamic is, and my thought process is, and my theory is who came up with these fucking ideas for light bulbs? They didn't go to college for it. They had free time. You have to have free time to think, experiments. You have to blow some shit up. You have to be an imaginative. You have to be a creative. You have to be that person that has plenty and ample time to be to yourself.
Yeah, that's how you figure out things.
God
that's
damn.
How you learn. That's how we used to learn. You go outside and play. You go discover. You go find things. That's how you learn. And it's so crazy because a lot of stuff that these elementary schools are doing with the kids, they're teaching them how to take these tests. I'm going to say public school, the schools that my children are in. When they get to a certain part of the school, they start teaching them about the test. They're not teaching them things that we learned. And it's frustrating because I'm like, let me see what you're doing. And so it's crazy. So Yeah, kids have to go outside. They have to touch things, especially when they're younger. You learn through discovery. Even as you're older, you learn through discovery.
Mm-hmm.
Adults learn through discovery. How do you
Mm-hmm.
figure out what you're gonna do? You have to make mistakes. So yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. He could have. All of them could have saved that money, and this might be a ploy on the baby mother, just trying to get extra.
Well, she is the one. His wife, the one posted the or sent it to him. I'm not sure. I can't remember if she sent it to him or posted it or whatever. What was due?
That's bullshit. And there has been no great Warren Buffett's, all these people that dropped out of college early. You just have to be a great mind. And the only way to be a great mind is to have free thinking. If you want your kids indoctrinated, which I am going to say this live on air, do not send them to college. There are so many ignorant doctors that I run into that will not go the extra mile because they're following procedure, because that's the only fucking thing that they know, and they're owned, and they are vultures, and they're trying to feed you medication instead of healing you. Lawyers that are working for the fucking system as DAs and working, but just because they want political affiliations, because they got to pay off these fucking $120,000, $250,000 student loans. And anybody that has student loans understands. I have student loans. You know what I mean? This is a hunger game. This is the moment where everybody is fooled. And there is no school out here that is better than life experience. And the fucked up thing about it is, and let me go ahead and shoot my shots, is that once you fucking graduate, hold on real quick. I don't think y'all heard me. Once you graduate, the first thing that they're going to turn you down for is experience.
Because you don't have the experience.
So now you're a slave in that aspect because now you got an intern.
So
while you're working at fucking Wawa, and you turning tricks,
all them hours,
and you on these little weird ass little websites doing OnlyFans, and you making more. That's the reason why we have what we have. Women and men are starting to find out that this shit is bullshit. When you are already a genius, you're either born one or you're not.
And you can learn. And you know, one thing I will say is, I wouldn't force them to go to school. If they want to go to college, okay. But I'm not going to say this is what you have to do. You got to do this. You got, like we grew up, you got to go to college. You got to either they give you college, military. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do this. You got to do. No, I wouldn't do that. But if you want to go and you want to have that experience, because I think people should have an experience away from home. I think you should, but I'm not going to force you to do it.
That same $26,000 is a trip to Disney World.
I would say you can travel.
Disneyland, Europe.
You can travel
anywhere.
That's learning traveling. They do that. People go and travel, take a year off and travel, and might not even go to college.
No, not in America. There's no such thing as a year off. That's only in Europe. That's only in Europe, where the Germans give their people a year to just go travel, 6 months off. America is full of shit.
Like we're on the
education system.
On the whole panel, what they call it.
This is where college fucking chafes my balls, okay? And I'm gonna say it just like that. It chafes my balls because instead of, and this is all a racket, because the minute they removed Votech and all these courses, you took body and fender, I took woodworks, I took botany or whatever the fuck it was, whatever the fuck it was called. Once they removed that shit, and I think they started doing that after I graduated. I think you graduated You graduated 2002, 2003. After that, your 2003 year, did you have Votech?
It was still there.
Okay, it was still there.
I think it's still there now, but you know they cutting off a lot of stuff. Like it's a lot of stuff that's not there that was there when I was there. It was a lot of stuff there when I was in school, and they're taking it out of the schools. I did child development and auto body, and they had a lot of stuff there.
I did print management.
Yeah.
I did print management.
Yeah, we had that there too.
We had high IQ. We had higher IQs, bad test grades, which we're finding out that the test grades were already fucking.
Yeah.
They were already, fixed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of stress. A lot of people don't test well.
Who the fuck, as a 18-year-old, 17-year-old, 16-year-old, can sit up there and take 1,000 questions with a time limit? I had to take that test.
Electricity. That's a lot of questions.
I literally. Oh, what's up, Eddie? Hey, look, I had to literally take practice tests. I had to take practice tests, and I had to guess on most of them because it was too much pressure. I'm not a person that reacts under that pressure, and this is the reason why schools is a farce, and that your level of intelligence is not dictated by how many degrees you have, which we're dealing with right now as far as the professional, multiple professionals, and everybody that lives in the DC, DMV area knows that when you go out, you get questioned about how many degrees you got, how smart are. It's all about
it's terrible.
Yeah, because everybody's trying to make up for that fact. It's just like women with BBLs. Once you get it, you got to go on OnlyFans to repay that shit back. You just spent $45,000 on your butt cheeks.
And the thing is, in order for you to maintain it, you got to do the thing that you should have been doing before you got it in the first place. You got to do the squats. You got to exercise. You got to eat right. Everything that you're supposed to do to lose weight, you go get the surgery. You have to do it.
See, that's what the problem. That's the problem with everybody. They don't go to swimming pools. See, y'all don't go to the swimming pools when the older people in there, they used to have them. Yeah, you got to get old, champ. You spending money on bullshit. All of this is bullshit illusions. And school is a farce. School is a farce. Back in the day, I remember you could go to the country. You can go to your grandparents, and they would teach you everything that you knew, and you wanted to learn.
You didn't even realize that you were learning,
but you wanted to, because you were curious. It was a passing down or a passing of the torch to the children. Nowadays, we got so many people enthralled and so involved in making up for lost time because they spent too much time on themselves.
Yeah.
That now they're fucked. Now they're fucked. Now you have to pay for everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Now we are so hell bent on like making money and just being degreed up.
Yeah.
That we don't even understand that it doesn't even take all that. It doesn't take that. And the lack of happiness amongst ourselves. I'm guilty. Every fucking body on this goddamn feed is guilty for being greedy and wanting more and making sure that the next generation or the next gen doesn't have to work as hard as we had to.
Yeah, but then that takes away from them though, because things that we had to learn, we don't put them through to learn. It's some, not saying they have to struggle, but it's some things that you have to experience in order for you to develop in certain ways. And each generation takes a little bit of that from their next generation, and we kind of lack and have to learn that the hard way eventually.
You know what? We're running overtime, but I'm going to look up this quick fact, okay? I'm going to look up how many millionaires are college educated.
It's a lot more that aren't. I'll tell you that.
Matter of fact, perfect. It just pulled up. How many are college dropouts?
All of them, for the most part.
Wow. It says, why so many billionaires are college dropouts? That is scary. And this is from May 17th, 2020. We have Elon Musk. We have LeBron. We have, who is this guy? Let's see. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Albert Einstein. And this is a beautiful quote.
And he's highly intelligent.
He's a Pisces. Excuse me. We are kind of dope. Work is the only thing that gives substance to life, y'all. let's see. There's very few and far in between billionaires, but let's talk about two black billionaires that have never been and or a dropout. First and foremost, let's go ahead and mention Jay-Z.
Of course.
Let's go ahead and mention Kanye.
Of course.
College Dropout was the name of his goddamn album. There's so many. And Steve Jobs has a quote, and this is something that's a takeaway to the insight to entrepreneurs, right? With caviar wishes and billionaire dreams. That's a beautiful quote too. But here it is. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes. The people that are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who fucking do. Man, shout outs, man. R.I.P. to Steve Jobs, man.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to that man. The man wore the same uniform every day. He wore a black turtleneck. He wore all black. What we're starting to get away from is the simplicities in life. You know what I mean? And that, yeah, you know, money is going to come. It's going to happen. But the simplicities is being happy with what you got.
Yes.
Are we all happy with what we have? Because I'm guilty. I'm not. I always feel like I could be doing fucking more. Or I need the next Jordans. I got a fucking supply. I got a whole motherfucking shoe collection back here. I have well over $1,400, if not $5,000 worth of goddamn shoes in here after the fact. You know what I mean? But are we happy with who we are inside? Are we happy with how our kids develop? What is it about that tuition that's going to make your kid special?
They're going to know a lot of stuff, but is that their personality? What are they going to know socially? There's a lot of things that you cannot be taught in school that you have to, like you said, the experience that you have to live, that you have to learn outside of those doors. It's in the books what they're learning.
Okay. We got to close out because we're not going to hold up our good old engineer MC Rock. But what I'm feeling is that when it comes to celebrities, they spend so much time on the road that they feel guilty enough to pay for it because they need people to be attentive to their children. I mean, hell, we do it every day. We work so much.
Yeah, you work
and we do so that we feel guilty and we have to pay for somebody else to develop our children. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like.
You know, I always said if I got into, because I used to want to be an actress. Actually, originally, I wanted to be a neurosurgeon, but I used to want to be an actress as well. And I said, if I, Rock not doing shit, shut up, Kendra. If I were to become an actress and had to travel, I would take my children with me. And I would teach them as much as I could while I was not working, but I will also have a tutor. That was always my thing. And but a lot of people can't do that, you know. So I get the guilt, even with, like you said, with us working. And I've always worked. I've always felt like I missed parts of their lives because I was always at work. And, you know, so I get it. I get the parent guilt, but you just can't overcompensate for that.
Yeah. That's for sure. That's for sure. And you know what? We can get into this later.
True, Kendra.
But I want everybody to keep this on their minds and their hearts. We can bring this back up next week. I probably won't remember, so make sure you remember.
I'm getting ready to write it down.
Okay. Damn, I already forgot. God damn it. I'm getting old, man.
Do you remember what it was referring to?
Jeez.
Had a brain fart. I heard it. I saw it come out the ear.
That's why I gotta say it. That's why I just gotta say it. I gotta blurt things out because if not, it's a fleet of the moment for me. You know what I mean? But I'm stop smoking with Rock. I don't smoke with Rock. Promise you that one. Promise you. But I'll bring it up. We'll talk about it. And I thank everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate y'all. I'm thankful that y'all are listening. Been a dope show. Now, of course, I gotta get them shouts out. You heard me? So we do have the redvisioncinema.com that y'all can go to and y'all can catch all of our earlier works, our challenges. I get made fun of about my eating mayonnaise by dudes every day. I got white shit all over my mouth. Yeah, it's all good. So please don't let my sacrifice go to waste. Make sure y'all check out redvisioncinema.com, okay? And you can also check out our short film. And we have more to come. All right?
Yeah, we're doing some stuff, y'all.
And mañana is going to be what?
The No Filter Show with Star, Rock, Quick and Mo. Oh, and Phoenix. Tomorrow at 8:30.
And where can they find you at, Phoenix?
You can find me at the Blue Phoenix Hills here every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. But before that, at 7, I'm with Herspiration Happy Hour with two beautiful ladies at 7 o'clock. And Herspiration Happy Hour. I said it twice. I know, my bad. And tomorrow at 8:30. We got a good show for y'all tomorrow, so make sure y'all tune in. Y'all always do. But for the newcomers, come in tomorrow at 8:30.
And of course, I'm your man, GMO, aka non-GMO, and hope you ain't trying to get pregnant because I got a full clip. I'm shooting all clubs up.
Oh
but
my
this has
God.
been
Both sides of the